have a bad habit of talking like a Lower East Side auctioneer sometimes when I record myself. I start talking way too fast. Coming slow. Let me see here. Here's a poem which my mother wrote, which she handed me on the way out the door today. And it's about my grandfather, which is her father, of course. Goes like this. I haven't even read this poem in a long time, so I don't remember it too well, but it's a good poem. In his hands he could hold a dozen golden peaches from the trees he planted. With these same hands he built a house and sprang from the marrow of his bones. With many gables for the dimensions of his self, he made hawthorn windows and a hearth from stones in the field, each stone like a word belonging to a story from his homeland. He made clipper ships, the kind that sail in the dreams of young boys. Ships wheel, knees, bowsprit, spars, forecastle, rigging, davits, and deck, with pencil-width planks, sails like white clouds, an anchor made of hope. He built these ships with his ocean hands. I could see in his eyes the memories of the island in the Baltic where he was born. In the mist over the sea, skins of eider duck, shoals of herring, the fishing boat named Diana, clusters of lindenberry, a Swedish song, his mother Alida, his father John. All right. Are there any other poets out there that have a burning desire to read a poem or two? If so, I'll curtail my time somewhat so someone else could perhaps read a poem. Yay, nay? Okay, I guess there's no takers. If there is, speak up. There is a poem called Deep Forest. It came to me when I was hanging out with this guy named John Briggs, who turned a train station in Portland, Oregon, into an art colony in the mid-60s, and hence has been making a living off of making sculptures out of steel and debris he finds in junkyards, things like airships and dragons and castles. Anyhow, the poem goes like this. Sitting on a moss-covered log in Jewel, Oregon.
Yeah, I'm going to be quiet, that's all.
Could you please be quiet a little bit, maybe? So I can read. If you don't like the poems, you can tell me to shut up, that's cool too. Sitting on a moss-covered log in Jewel, Oregon, I pondered the essence of being alive, really alive. I dozed off to sleep amidst the mighty pines, cedars, and hemlocks. I awakened to the presence of elk, and for what seemed like a lifetime, I was an elk. Staring at them, I could see forever in their eyes. A sudden gesture, and they disappear back into the forest womb. Am I really human, or is this all a dream? The fragrance of songbirds fills the forest air, and the whole world is alive with the wind in the woods. Bare feet in the earth, the sky is my hat. Deep, deep inner warmth, all is calm. Forest silence. Listen closely. Trees are growing. Here's another poem called My Gifts to You. It's a poem I wrote for my mother a couple of years ago, in tribute to a few poems she wrote for me. My gifts to you. I should give you alpine flowers to adorn your hair, waterfalls cascading into crystal clear pools to quench your thirst. I should give you the harvest moon, Pleiades and Orion's belt to light your way in times of darkness. I should give you a pride of lions, a plot of whales to protect you on the earth and in the seven seas. I should give you the north wind to comfort you, 1,000 clowns to make you laugh in times of sorrow. I shall give you an infinite spool of time to dance in at your will, a multitude of colors, lyrical poetry, and an orchestra full of sounds to bring you happiness and to keep your life fresh as green grass and as whole as the sun. I should give you a child deep inside of you to keep your body young and your spirit as free as a bird in flight. I shall blow the very breath of life unto you, cast you free to sail in the timeless pool of life. Who am I? Perhaps maybe I have time for a poem or two more?
Yeah.
Two more? Okay, let me see which would be appropriate here. How about a poem called 1987-1988? This is a poem I survived on the streets of California for a while. I used to hang out in front of this breakfast shop called Zachary's on the Pacific Mall. And a bunch of regular customers got used to seeing me there every morning. I'd have a poem or two, and I'd go to the local coffee shop with my panhandle change and turn them into copies of poems, and people would hand me dollar bills for my poems or quarters or whatever. And I'd do fairly well. I'd make enough to make my way for the day. This is the very first poem I wrote, and it got this whole little thing started. It's written in blood on the subway walls, hate and fear, thousands asleep. Drugs and disease, money their god, machines and pollution devouring our space. Humanity lost in darkness, darkness, hardly a trace. A revolution is brewing. It's time to stand strong. Show the people the difference for what's right and what is wrong. We the few carrying those that can see must shine through the darkness and make us all see that all that we stand for is not going to work. It's time to pay attention and start thinking of Mother Earth. Be good stewards, save the land and the sea. Spread the good work through song, verse, and art. Communicate feelings straight from the heart. Wake up the masses. Live for love, peace, and harmony.
Yeah.
Here's a poem my mother wrote for me. It's called A Poem Written in a Zen Monastery. You can't read the words in this book without picking the flowers growing profusely between the lines. Even in the most blissful dream, I could not have dreamed such colors. And the next to the last word, there's one flower that had more petals than a chrysanthemum. With each petal changing colors mysteriously, I did not dare to pick this flower. Hearing the wind chimes from an open window, I began to arrange the flowers in an earthen vase. Suddenly, the flower that I had not dared to pick blossomed in the midst of my bouquet, and a child, riding a tiger, came joyously out from behind the sun. That tiger was I.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Reeve. Nice reading, very nice.
Thank you.
We got next, Chris Chandler.
All right.